One of the most aesthetically pleasing routes along South Africa is the magical garden route. Not many people are familiar with the fact that it originates from the Nelson Mandela municipality in the Eastern Cape. This was a journey to show the undiscovered parts of this diamond route and what the rest of the province has to offer. Storms River Village extends the majestic beauty of the magical garden route. It has great scenery and packages for the would-be adventure tourist. What we're about to do is kick off our journey here at the Tsitsikamma Village Inn. Come with me.
This is what we call the village square. We've got 20 rooms in total, and most of them is called the village rooms. We've also got the barn rooms, which was the old horses stables, which dates back to the late 1800s. There's got a lot of history around it. And then we've got Hunter's Bar, which also dates back to the 1800s. And that's where the guys came to hunt. And it was only the males that could stay over. And the horses was usually outside Hunter's Pub. And then they built the barn rooms where the horses slept over. And then they used to come and hunt in this area. The forest was much bigger, and they used to hunt in the Storms River Pass. There was a gentleman by the name of Martin Rattray from Plettenberg Bay, and he, in 1996, he designed it and he won an award for it. So all these buildings you see, except the barn, was built in 96.
The building, which traces its roots back to 1845 and has played host to a variety of international travelers during this time of season. It is situated just 5 kilometers from the Storm River Bridge and also offers great views of the famous Storm River peaks.
So there's a lot of activities in the area. Our peak season would be, we've got actually two. I think international, we move October to December, beginning December, and then we get the South African season, and then it sort of starts in February again, up to about April. Yeah.
Nice.
So that's, but the winter times we try and create a lot of activity here. So
the Eastern Cape has positioned itself as an adventure tourism destination. They're going to start us off with a little Segway. Let's go. Another great way of taking in the lush scenery is by simply hopping onto a Segway.
It is eco-friendly in the sense that it doesn't use a lot of electricity, it's no noise, no fumes in your forest, and it's for the clients who actually want to have an experience and see the forest without having to walk through it. So it is an alternative, and it's probably a more lazy alternative, but it is definitely more fun.
While it may be a great way to sightsee, it will do precious little for your health and your waistline.
I've really been impressed with the first few months, and everyone who's been on it absolutely loves it. They get addicted to it within the first 10 minutes, and after your tour, most of them don't want to get off. We combine it with an experience of the township and the local village, so you're not just seeing forest, you're seeing our beautiful village, you're seeing our local township and how it actually all works, and then you're seeing the forest and the local fauna and flora, so it's not just forest.
Still along the magical N2, en route to our IRB 7's weekend finale, we stopped along the Tsitsikamma Adventure Falls. The venue offers activities for the thrill seekers and features the exhilaration of abseiling and also what we chose to do.
If you get stuck on the middle or you break by mistake, you're not moving, just turn your body in this position. You hold this cable, you pull yourself hands over hands, okay?
Naturally, I was the first one to jump on and also the first one to scream. Eric Ernesto has been working here for the last 9 years and describes this as his most satisfying job yet. Eric has been living in Tsitsikamma since he left his native Angola.
I enjoy my job. I get different people and different tours. We got actually our longest cable is 211 meters. As you can see from here is the longest way. You can see every scenery around here. And then we got other one is 94 meters. We got one waterfall. If you like to stop, you can stop just to look around the waterfall. It's very nice on the waterfall.
There are 8 slides on offer that gradually increase. The longest one is a whopping 290 meters. All the while, you're being offered a bird's-eye view of the surrounding Skierverberg Mountains. a picturesque backdrop for the foolishness of the day.
Most of the people that we get just like European guys and Dutch people and other places. Yes, but I don't know, maybe South Africa we do get most of them, but people from Joburg, all kinds of places. Yes, that's all.
Just about 40 minutes before reaching Port Elizabeth and out of nowhere, near the infamous Van Staden's Bridge, an ambitious development.
It's in the heart of the South African dairy area, and we've got like 300 cows, 350 cows. We've got 130 hectares of irrigated pastures, which I call with my tongue in my cheek our fairways. And our club members are black and white, and they've got 4 legs, and we the cows. And our clubhouse is like a milking parlor. And my club members visit the milking parlor twice a day, and they mow the lawns for free, and they fertilize the lawns for free, and they give us 30 liters of milk every day.
Dr. Chris Mulder is the world-renowned developer of the Teeson Islands. He even won a CNBC award for the development. The idea here is to start a self-sustaining rural development that will also create employment.
We design everything labor-intensively. All our street lights that you see in front here are made local by the local people, from wood, harvested here, alien vegetation. We only buy the light fitting. The rest of the stuff we have made by small entrepreneurs. Our fences, a lot of the stuff, refuse removal will be done by small contractors out of Thornhill. People doing work, entrepreneurs that we will create and develop and put on, and help doing it. So we're our own municipality, so the municipal administrative system will be done out of the people living here and working here.
Dr. Mulder says he cannot imagine going through life without taking risky developments like these. During the development of the Teeson Islands in Knysna, he had to appease environmental groups, an experience which added a further 7 years to the project. This time around, even Eskom would be pleased.
Got mandatory rainwater harvesting, got mandatory 4-bag refuse system, bar-coded. We've got smart meters who talk to the house, talk to the homeowners, to the management. We read everything remotely. You can generate electricity on your roof, you sell it back into the grid with our system.
The village will have an industrial park, a school, and not forgetting an endless supply of milk from the village club members.
The majority of our people live in rural South Africa. 53–54% of the people live in rural South Africa. And yet there's any development of any huge impact scale that happens in rural areas. In some provinces it's very difficult to do that. And I looked at the Eastern Cape and I said, if a golf developer can buy a farm to build a golf course, why can't we buy a farm and build a farm?
For those planning a December wedding, they will do well to consider the plantation, nestled in the famous dense forests of Port Elizabeth.
The Bride's Choice Awards are awards that are voted by brides and grooms who can nominate and rate their suppliers in 4 categories, being the quality of product and service, the attitude of staff, and the value for money at a particular venue. And we've really exceeded in all of those categories. And I really think that our differentiating factor is we really do care, and we try and exceed our clients' expectations from start to finish. And not just our clients being the brides and grooms, every single person who attends a wedding. Our whole philosophy is that anybody who comes through the plantation's gates is treated like royalty for the day.
Maybe the key to why most brides vote this venue as the best in the country is the Boma Snake Park just next door. It offers a rather loud decibel screaming experience. For 8 years, this place, Jaya Jazz Corner, has been the heart and pulse of New Brighton in Port Elizabeth. And we're here to see a game that polarizes this whole country. We're here for the Soweto Derby. But this also being one of the biggest days in South African football, all roads led to the township. This is Brighton Township, just outside the city of Port Elizabeth. Nokolo Sume is just known around these parts as Mam Jaya. She has played plenty hosts to Saturdays like these, whether in a 7s top or a black and white or golden black top. They all descended on this corner to celebrate that which binds us as a country and also separates us: sports.
What makes this place unique? It is selling all the culture of the township. It is situated in the mouth, and it has an ample space, and it is the safest place in the world. And it is selling all different vibes. We're lucky we've got a big space, we've got TVs, we've got big screen, and that's where the people of soccer, they want to be together and drinking.
Much like the famous Mzolis in Cape Town, Jazz also attracts all kinds of people for a party, PE Township style.
It was a good game. It turned out to be a draw. The country is polarized but equally disappointed or happy. What we're about to do is introduce you to the next of Eastern Cape Screaming matches.
The third leg of the IRB Sevens tournament was held in Port Elizabeth, and Africa was well represented by a small but very jolly group of Kenyan supporters. Fresh off the field, we asked Humphrey about his experience of the Windy City and what he thought about the general atmosphere.
We've, apart from training, we've had time to go down to the beach. Quite lovely, enjoying the ocean, and the weather has been lovely. Went to the malls as well, so it's the shortest time that we have to recover. We try and get out there and go and see places around Port Elizabeth. But loving it so far. I think I'd want to be back and just tour around and see a bit more, because when you're here with a team, you're training all the time, so you have to really keep your focus in.
And the beauty of this quiet city was not just limited to Kenyan players.
It's an awesome stadium, it's real nice. Weather's really good as well, it's right by the beach, so perfect venue for sevens. We were in Dubai last week, so just come here and just getting used to sort of the new weather, because Dubai was raining, so getting used to the warmth is nice.
This was a weekend of discovery and loud noises. This corner of the Eastern Cape had been a gracious host and packed memories to remember.